You mentioned his mindset and how Cody shines brightest in those bright lights. Looking at the fight after his with Ronda Rousey, I've argued a little bit this evening that I think people are talking too much on what Rousey didn't do and not enough on what Amanda did, because the fight was only 48 seconds long. And when you have the layoff like Ronda has, it's hard to get in that octagon in the opening bell, settle into the fight quickly. And then all of a sudden, the first 15 seconds, you get popped with a hard punch that maybe even rings your bell. Now the adrenaline, the nerves, the doubt are skyrocketing. I thought Amanda jumped on her right away. Talk about Cody. He's been busy. He's in a rhythm. He's been healthy. He's used to making the walk to the octagon. He's been in main events. He's been in co-main events now. How much that all helped him back in the locker room be there, be present right away in round one for the biggest fight of his life.
Man, that is something that it's honestly the most important thing you can go out there. You could go out there with all the physical tools, and this was a week ago. I was telling Cody, I said, "Hey, man, the hay's in the barn. The money is in the bank, dude. Physically, you can't get no better. You're just gonna rest and get stronger and sharper." I was like, "It's just a mental game," and it is 100% a mental game, as you could see that night. I mean, going into that fight, we had all kinds of altercations in camp between some of Dominic's team and our team, and there was like little street fighting situations between us. And when I saw the big shift, where I really was confident in Cody's mentality, that Cody was in his head, was when Dominic said that he's like, that's the kind of energy Cody's putting off. I need to match that energy. I was like, hey, homeboy, you're not going to match that energy. This guy's from the streets of, like, Yerkesville, Ohio. This guy has been stabbed. He's had teeth in his knuckles. I mean, as a teenager, he's had to fight grown-ass men. This is like a Mike Tyson mentality that Cody has. And, mentally, he lives off that stuff. He gets hyped up. He's like, oh, you talking crap about my friends? Let's meet behind the school at the flagpole. You bring your friends, I'll bring mine. And then, it's a fight. He loves that stuff. So, it's going to be tough for someone to get into Cody's head. But man, his mentality couldn't have been better.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems it. And that's a hard thing to do because obviously, Dom and some of his insults, it's, part of that is a game. Part of that is a game to get you to be so emotional that you feel like you want to knock me out right away. Come chase me. Dom loves nothing more than to be the matador and make the bull look silly. And it definitely was different when all of a sudden the bull wasn't charging. The bull was playing it smart and smooth, and then even had the audacity to break dance in there. Did you know he could break dance too?
I knew he had some club moves, but man, I never seen him like that. That was amazing. Like, I was saying this before, that this is the only fight where I ever kind of sat back and enjoyed one of my fighters' work. I just sat back like in the fourth round after he had dropped him for the third time, and I just was, he's comfortable in there. He's putting on a performance, and I was just cheering for him. I mean, at one point, me and Danny Castillo, we started yelling at Cruz. Like, I've never done that in a fight. Like, it was just amazing to watch.
Now, obviously, his most likely his first title defense is going to be a difficult one for you guys. I mean, T.J. Dillashaw is probably going to be the guy he fights next. That's a guy that you know well, and at one point, if not still today, you were close buddies with. He was considered a brother. What kind of mental – I mean, obviously, it's easy to keep your fighter hungry with the chip on their shoulder and focused when that's their first title defense, if it indeed it happens to be. Any reservations about that matchup for you just because of your old relationship with TJ?
Me, absolutely not. I mean, I can separate business and war between friendship or whatever, but, the bottom line is I'm the head coach of Team Alpha Male. Cody's my guy. TJ is no longer on the team, so it's not an issue with me at all, but, you got to look at that fight, and all the advantages are with us. Like, obviously, I've cornered TJ more than Dwayne has. I lived with TJ. I showed TJ how to stand in a stance when he first came to the gym and had 0 MMA fights. I was there through his amateur career to when he won the belt to when he lost the belt. I even cornered him when he fought Cruz and when he had left the team because we had a close relationship. But, Cody's my guy, and when Cody and TJ did lock horns in sparring, this was when Cody was 1-0. He was brand brand new to the sport. And that's one of the reasons why he was successful against Cruz, because he got someone who is very similar to Cruz, who has been mimicking Cruz through the Team Alpha Male system forever, everyone else on the team. That's Cody's first sparring partner, one of his first sparring partners. He's thrown right in there with the champion of the world. And, he did more than fine with it. So the advantages are all in our court on that one. And, I don't know if that's next because, Cody has called out Aldo and McGregor. And, he's in that area. He has a spotlight on him right now. And he decides who he fights. He's the champion of the world. He beat the linear champion, Dominic Cruz, definitively, took the belt. And, he's gonna make the rules and I think fight who he wants to fight here, which is the biggest money fight.